Anybody has any questions on the schedule Apex? By the way, again at 9:28 today, one more email has to go. Happy birthday! Every day 9:28 an email has to come because we have scheduled every day. We have to check it out, right? Okay. Now put a heading called as Future Apex. Future Apex. Future Apex. Start writing. Future Apex. Put a heading called as Future Apex. Right. Asynchronous services. It's not there on the screen, so keep writing. Asynchronous services. Asynchronous services use to process. Asynchronous services used to process a method. A method asynchronously. Used to process a method asynchronously is called future apex. Asynchronous services used to process a method asynchronously is called future apex. Next, properties of future apex. Number one, properties of future apex. Number one, properties of future apex. Number one, future apex must use @future, symbol, @future annotation. Future apex must use @future annotation. Number one. Number two, future apex can be used only for static and void methods. Future apex can be used only for static and void methods. Bracket, non-static, non-void, not allowed. Non-static, non-void, not allowed. Next, a future method cannot be called from another future method. A future method cannot be called from another future method. Next, a future annotation, supports only method, not class. A future annotation supports only method, not class. The last point, a future annotation The last point, a future annotation does not have monitoring. A future annotation does not have monitoring, right? Rupam at the rate on151.com. Password CRM12345 hash. Here we go. Now set up developer console, file, new Apex class, CL underscore 1806 underscore example one underscore future Apex. Public static void method one. Because future can be used only for static, for void. One point I gave you. If you don't use the static keyword, you cannot use future. So static undalsinde. Control C. Right? Inside this, I will say system.debug. First understand, then we will see the use. Method one. Good morning. Method two, method three. Oh, sorry. Method one. Method one, good morning. Method one, good morning. Method one, good morning. Right? Perfect. I copy this. Public static method two. Method two, method two, method two. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Last, I'm taking one more. Method three. Good night. Good night. Good night. Three, three, three. After the first message, I will call method one. After the second good night message, I will call method two. On method two, I will say @future. Control S. @future works only at method level, not at class level. One point I gave you. That means you cannot put @future here. No. Class level manam @future pettalemu. Remember this, there's an error. @future is supported only where? Methods ke supported. Class kaadu. Variables kuda kaadu. You cannot put a variable in front of a variable, public string, integer, public string name, @future. No. @future supports only method. Andike method mundu ichcharu. Clear? But I will not give. Control S first. Debug. Now I'm debugging it. Class name dot method name. I will not create an instance. Why? Because these are static. Static are to class, Non-static R2 instance long back. Static versus non-static. Non-static అయితే you will say class x equals to new class x dot method name. Non-static అయితే class A equals to new class A dot method name. All I've been writing like this. But whenever there's a static word, you don't create an instance. Directly you say class name dot method name. You don't call class feature. We don't do like this. Class x equals to new class equals to new class x dot method name. No, we don't do. That is for all non-static. Whenever there's no static keyword, then we call like this. But whenever there's a static keyword, directly you have to call class name dot method name. You will not have this all. Ardhamautunda. Static are directly to a class, whereas non-static are to a instance. Here I'm not creating any instance called X, Y, Z, A, B. No, they are directly to a class. Now I click on execute. How many logs will be there? Only one log. Because by default, this is got executed through which queue? Synchronous queue. If you go back and see the synchronous definition, that is the default I gave you. Whenever you execute something, by default, it has gone through synchronous queue. What is a synchronous queue? One after one. Line by line processing is called synchronous queue. Line by line processing is called synchronous queue. This has gone through which queue? Synchronous queue. I double click. Click on debug. I take the screenshot. I open a new slide. I paste it. Close. I paste it. Now I will put the box. What is this? This is method 1. Next, copy. What is this? Method 2. Method 1, method 2. Here, this one. Method 3. Again, method 3. Because I'm calling method 3. In the method 3, what I'm doing? In the method 3, here we go. Method 3, good night. After first message of method 3, I'm calling what? Method 1. Method 1 is what? Good morning. I will get 3 messages of good morning. That is the reason here. Close it. I'm getting 3 messages of good morning. After method 1, once again I'm calling method 3 good night. Then I'm calling method 2, which is good evening. That is the reason you are getting good evening. And between that, right, between this, you are getting the purple. Expected, perfect. Yes or no? All good? The way we executing, that the way it's coming up. Yes, sir? Now you see what I do. One of the method, I will say at the rate feature. What is method 2 now? Method 2 is future method. What is the future method does? Right? It is not in synchronous processing. It has to go through where? Asynchronous processing. That means how many logs will be there? Two logs will be there. One for synchronous queue, another for asynchronous queue. Ardhamavutunda what I'm saying? This method cannot be processed in the synchronous queue. This method has to be processed where? 5-lane ring road. Whereas the remaining two method has to go by the gully road. One road, only one after one. There are two types of processing in Salesforce: synchronous processing, asynchronous processing. There are two types of server: synchronous server, asynchronous servers. By default, whenever you click a button, it will go through synchronous. Synchronous means one after one after one after one after one. Okate road. Whereas asynchronous means at a time 5 roads. Parallel processing, like a ring road. At a time, 4 vehicles can run together. But in your gully Amirpet road, can I have a 4 roads, so 4 car running together? No. One car is going, another car will be behind. So that is called synchronous processing. Here, in the first log, all the methods were processed in a single lane, one after one after one. Now, one of the method I said what? Now I will say same thing. I will say execute. I will get 2 logs. 2 logs are there. Why did you get 2 log? One synchronous log, one asynchronous log. Now I open the synchronous. I click on debug. I take the screenshot. I paste it here. Apple to apple we will do. Apple to apple we will do. Good night. Do you have a good night? Yes. Method 3, method 3. Very good. Then, do you have a good morning? Yes. Good morning is also there. Matched. Good morning. After that, I have a good night message. Yes. Yes, there's a good night message. After that, the good evening vanished. Directly, you got one more good night. What is that? Idi. Maddala, what is missing? Method 2 is missing. In the processing, in the output, method 2 is missing. Why? Because method 2 is not processed in the synchronous queue. Method 2 was processed in another server. In this server, these are processed. That is the reason you got another log. Here is that unread. Feature handler. I double click. Click on debug. In this, I will find the method 2. See? Good evening. This was processed separately. Separately. This was processed separately. Total 2 processing has happened. One synchronous processing, another asynchronous processing. Ardhamavutunda? There are 2 servers. Synchronous server, asynchronous server. Same thing, because before this method I put what? At the rate future ఒక ఇట్లా స్టాంప్ వేశాను. Whenever the system started processing, method 1 it started processing. Here we go. Whenever system started processing, debug synchronous. Method 1 synchronous. System debug synchronous. Method 2 అనగానే method 2 వస్తే ఇక్కడ ఎగ్జిట్ ఫ్యూచర్ ఉంది. Immediately this job is now one crane came, one crane, ఒక crane వచ్చింది ఇలా from service road ఇలా తీసుకొచ్చి రింగ్ రోడ్ లో పెట్టింది. వెళ్ళు. Ring road has 4 roads. Just beside ring road there's a service road. Service road is synchronous queue, ring road is asynchronous queue. Simple word. మధ్యలో క్రేన్, మధ్యలో గడ్డ ఉంటుంది. ఆ గడ్డలో క్రేన్ ఉంది. The work of the crane is to transfer from synchronous to asynchronous, asynchronous to synchronous. అర్థమవుతుందా what I'm doing? There are 2 roads to go to airport. Normal road called as service road, only one road. Ring road has 4 lanes. 4 lanes ఉన్నాయి అందులో. అంటే at a time 4 vehicles can run. Here 5. 5 lane ring road. So when the car started, first one, right, we executed what? Method 3. Any feature is there? No. Directly system executed service road, service road, service road. But whenever it came to the method 2, there is a tag, there is a symbol. Car పైన ఒక లోగో ఉంది, ఎలిజిబుల్ ఫర్ రింగ్ రోడ్. ఆ లోగో చూసిన తర్వాత ఇమీడియట్లీ వన్ క్రేన్ కేమ్. బాబు నువ్వు ఈ రోడ్లో వెళ్ళకూడదు, ఇది స్లో రోడ్, నీకోసం సపరేట్ రోడ్ ఉంది. ఇట్ టుక్ ద కార్ అండ్ ఇట్ పుట్ ఇన్ ద రింగ్ రోడ్ అండ్ సెడ్ బాబు ఇప్పుడు వెళ్ళు, నౌ యూ గో ఫాస్ట్. So method 2, how the system will know? By this word called future. Now I copy this, I put it here also. How many methods are future now? 2 methods are future and 1 method doesn't have a future logo. So that is synchronous. 2 asynchronous. Now if I execute this, how many logs will come? Tell me now. How many logs will I get? 1 log, 2 log, 3 log, 4 log. Tell me.
3 logs, sir.
Answer is 3. You will get 3 logs. 3 logs. Why? Because parallelly process అవుతుంది, ఒక్కటి వెనుక ఒకటి లేదు. అర్థమవుతుందా? So whenever I execute method 3 synchronous service road, method 1 asynchronous queue, here this line అంటే సిస్టమ్ ఎలా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది? ఫస్ట్ లైన్ synchronous, second line asynchronous, asynchronous because ఈ మెథడ్ ముందు ఎట్ ఫీచర్ ఉంది. థర్డ్ లైన్ synchronous, fourth line asynchronous, fifth line synchronous. In synchronous there is only one road, అందుకే ఒక లాగ్ వస్తుంది. But in asynchronous how many roads are there? 5. Out of that how many roads I am using? 2 roads. Method 1 will be on the road number 1, method 2 will be on the road number 2. Method 3 will be not be in road number 3, it will be on the gully road, service road, ఒకటే road. So total I will get 3 logs if I execute this now. 1, okay, by the way, save, execute. Total I will get 3 logs. See, 100, 100, 100. 2 future, 2 asynchronous, asynchronous 1, asynchronous 2. 1 synchronous service road, 2 ring roads. Inka 3 roads empty undi. Still total how many roads are there in asynchronous? 5. 5 roads are there. At a time, how many methods can be processed? 5. Parallel ga 5 methods process cheyochu. But in service road, 1 road. How many methods can be processed at a time? 1. One process ayin tarvata second will come. Second after that third will come. That means it has to go in a line by line. Vehicles cannot overtake. అందరూ ఒక్కళ్ళు వెనకాల ఒక్కళ్ళు ఉండాలి. ఎవ్వరు ఓవర్టేక్ చేయలేరు. Nobody can overtake. But whereas in ring road, vehicles can overtake because the roads are empty. At a time, 5 roads are there. If one road is busy, any job behind that one road now can go to the road number 2. It need not to follow the truck. Truck వెనకాల ఉండాలని రూల్ లేదు. ఆ ట్రక్ మెల్లగా వెళ్తుంది. పోనీ one lane is occupied by the truck. I can immediately overtake because road 3, road 4, road 5 is empty. I can go to that lane and I can drive fast. Fastest way of processing through asynchronous. So that is the reason I got 3 logs. I will open the normal log first. What is processed under the normal log? Method 3. So you will get all good nights. See, all good nights because they come under synchronous queue. Wherever I have used synchronous, sync, ekkadundi, method 3 good night, method 3 good night, method 3 good night. 3 syncs are there. All the 3 syncs will be in one log. Next, method 1, asynchronous. Immediately, one more road is created for that. So, one log will come. Here we go. Don't worry, method 2 came first, that's okay. Method 2, all I will get a separate log. Same way the third log. See, method 1, I got 3 different logs because the data was processed 3 different processor it was processed. See? This was processed to the service road. This was processed to the ring road 1. This was processed to the ring road 2. That's the reason I got 3 different logs. How the system understood that this has to process to ring road 1? By using this annotation @feature. @feature. అర్థమవుతుందా? Now I will and I will put @feature here also. What will happen now? What will happen now? How many logs will come? How many logs will come? Yes?
3.
Will throw error.
3. 5 will come
5. అమ్మ బాబోయ్ 5 ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చిందమ్మా?
because in the third method we are using method 1 and method 2, right? Where those 2 methods also future methods.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Only
No.
3, sir.
All sync will be 1 only. Remember that. Sync will be always 1. Async can be up to 5. Ideally, you should get what? Whenever I execute, the default execution is what? Synchronous. 1 log will come. But there'll be nothing inside it. ఎందుకంటే system will first come to the service road. Anangane it will see that all these 3 vehicles are asynchronous. Immediately from the service road, it will put the 3 vehicles in 3 roads. So 3 logs will come plus 1 log. Total 4 logs will be there. Out of 4, synchronous log will have nothing. Debug korte blank ostadi. Endukante nothing is processed. The queuing was done in synchronous, but as soon as the system started processing, it will realize that these methods are asynchronous. Then it will not say, sorry, nenu process cheyanu. Veelu anta VIP le. Then the system will put them in the VIP queue. Each one of the methods will be processed separately in the VIP queue. So total there will be 4 log, whereas 3 asynchronous log, 1 synchronous log. In the 1 synchronous log, there will be no output. In the remaining 3, you will get one method, one output. Yes, ideally, but you will get error. You will get error. Why? Why?
Because
Because I gave you one
one
point.
future
What is that
future
point?
log
What is that
cannot
point?
log the another future.
Correct. From a
Correct.
future,
From a future.
you cannot call another future. From one future, you cannot call another future. Method 3 is future. Method 3 is future. You are calling method 1, which is also a future again. Future cannot call future. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. Now when I execute this, here we go. Debug. Execute. Let's see. I will get 2 logs. First, system will go to the synchronous queue. System will realize that, oh, these are VIP. That is the reason it will go to the future queue. In the future queue, future method cannot be called from a future. See, future method cannot be called from a future or batch. Batch apex నుంచి మనం future ని కాల్ చేయలేము, or future నుంచి future ని కాల్ చేయలేము. So that is the error. I got 2 log by default synchronous. As soon as the synchronous started, it realized that, oh, these all are future. But again, from future you can't call a future. Already the method 3 is a future. On that, inside the future, you are calling another future. No, you cannot. One of the point I gave you. That is the reason. Blank. That is the reason. Answer is error. అర్థమవుతుందా? Yes or no? Right? Right? Yes. Now, little bit of more understanding here. Whenever output of one method is used as input of another method, never use future. ఎందుకంటే they are separate processed. One vehicle can go fast, another can go slow. It's not that in ring road, in the two cars will travel with 80 km per hour speed. No, one car is traveling at 60 km, the another car is traveling at 120 km per hour speed. That means you cannot throw an apple from a window from one car and the other car will catch it. If they're in the same speed, then what will happen? From one car you throw the apple, the second car can catch it because they are working straight. Same speed. అందుకే they are at the same level. But in ring road, what is happening? All the vehicles are traveling at a different speed. Hence, suppose the input of one method, you want to use the output of one method, you want to use in the input of another method. Don't use future because they are processed at two different speed. One might be processed faster, the another might process slow. They will not wait for each other to get the data. అర్థమవుతుందా? Yes or no? Clear? I'm trying to be very low level to make you understand. That is the reason I'm giving you car example, ring road examples. Both the car traveling at a 80 km per hour speed, then both will be at the same level. Neither this will go fast, neither this. They are same. Then you can talk to each other. Hello, ఎలా ఉన్నావురా, బాగున్నావు, మాట్లాడొచ్చు రెండు కార్ మధ్యలో. ఎందుకంటే ఇద్దరు ఒకటే స్పీడ్ మీద వెళ్తున్నారు. Both the drivers can talk to each other. చెప్పనా ఎలా ఉంది మీ గర్ల్ ఫ్రెండ్? They can talk. But one car is at 120, another car is 80. Can the driver talk to each other? No, because one will be in the front, one will be the back. The voice will not be heard. So between the asynchronous queue, you cannot do exchange of data. Exchange of communication will not happen. అర్థమవుతుందా? So whenever the output of one you are using as an input of another, never use feature. Clear? Whenever you have a half of processing, here you are doing half, here we are doing half, never use feature. Whenever you are writing a complete rocket science inside one method, then use feature. మనం ఎట్ ద రేట్ ఫీచర్ ఎక్కడ వాడతాం రూపం? లెట్స్ అస్యూమ్, రైట్? యూ హ్యావ్ రిటన్ ఎ ప్రోగ్రామ్. స్టార్టింగ్ నేను ఒక క్లాస్ రాశాను, ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాశాను. ఆఫ్టర్ రైటింగ్ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఐ వెంట్ ఫర్ టెస్టింగ్. క్లాస్ నేమ్ డాట్ క్లాస్ నేమ్ x ఈక్వల్స్ న్యూ క్లాస్ x డాట్ మెథడ్ నేమ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అనగానే అది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది 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 అవుతుంది. నో రిజల్ట్ కమింగ్, నో రిజల్ట్ కమింగ్. ఐఎమ్ వెయిటింగ్. ఆఫ్టర్ 20 సెకండ్ ఐ గాట్ ద రిజల్ట్. అయ్యో, ఇంత టైమా? ఐ ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్ సెకండ్ టైం. దేర్ ఆల్సో ఇట్ టుక్ దిస్ మచ్ టైం. నౌ will it pass through synchronous queue? You tell me now. I have written a program to calculate liquid nitrogen required by a PSLV rocket to reach moon. అర్త్ నుంచి మూన్ కి వెళ్ళాలంటే ఎంత పెట్రోల్ కావాలి? ఐ వాంట్ టు క్యాల్కులేట్. ఐ హావ్ రిటన్ ఎ ప్రోగ్రామ్. ఓ 1000 line program. I executed it. To process that program, system took how many seconds? 20 seconds. Now tell me, how should you execute this? Should you put in the synchronous queue or should you put in the asynchronous queue? అర్థమవుతుందా what I'm saying? One car I built. A car can only go slowly, like a tortoise. After building the car, I realized that this car is a tortoise car. Now, will you run this car in a service road or you will run this car in a ring road? Where will you run this car? Tell me the answer.
Service road.
Why not service road? Because in the service road, if you put this tortoise car, all the car behind, beep 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 beep, that car cannot go fast because you beat this in that tortoise car. That car cannot give a side because side లేదు. Till the time the car reaches the destination, airport, every vehicle behind which is capable of running 100, 120, 50, 80, 90, can they run on 90 km per hour? లేదు. Because in front of them there is a tortoise. They are also forced to become a, even though that car is capable of running 100 km per hour, because there is a truck in front of it, you cannot overtake the truck. So you have to also run at 20 km per hour speed only. Yes or no? Even though your car is a Ferrari car, but your Ferrari car is now waste. Your Ferrari car has become Doku. Why? Because in front of you have a truck. You cannot show the power of Ferrari now because the car will go slow. So you are spoiling the time of everyone. By putting that tortoise car in the road, you are not only spoiling others, but everyone's life in the road. Everybody will be honking, pap, 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 pap. There are 100. There will be long traffic jam now behind you. You are the person who caused the traffic jam in the queue. Same thing if I put in the ring road. What will happen? Out of 5 road, only 1 road will be blocked. Remaining 4 are empty. Nobody needs to be behind me. My car is going tortoise, potiponi. If a Ferrari is coming, I will say, hello, why are you behind me? I am going slow, my wish. You want to go fast? Overtake me. 4 roads are empty. అక్కడి నుంచి నువ్వు 120 కాదు 180 వెళ్ళు. అది నీ ఇష్టం. I will give a side. Go. వెళ్ళు. That is the reason I will put my tortoise car in which road? In asynchronous road, not in the synchronous road. Why this topic is important? In real time, nobody will tell you to put a job in a synchronous or asynchronous. It is you who have to decide. With your experience, with your development experience, you have to decide whether I will execute this logic using synchronous or using asynchronous. Nobody will tell you that greater of 3 number, put asynchronous. Sum of even numbers, put synchronous. Ever చెప్పరు. Your experience will count, and that is where the interview will try to know how much you know about synchronous, how much you know about asynchronous, when to use synchronous, when to use asynchronous. We should use asynchronous whenever our programming is taking too much resources. In such case, we should use what? Asynchronous. How can I use it? There are 4 ways: batch, schedule, queuable, future. We have done batch. We have done schedule. Now we are where? Future. When to use the future? I will just open any program. Open classes. Any class I will open. Randomly, any class I will open. Right? Let me open any class called greater of 3 numbers. Right? Let's assume unda leda. I opened it. This is the class. While writing this program, I never thought that ఒక మూడు నంబర్ ఇస్తే system will take 30 seconds to give me the greater number. Did I thought? No. While writing the program from earth to moon, నేను ఆలోచించలేదు నేను సింక్రోనస్ రాయాలా అసింక్రోనస్ రాయాలా. దాట్ టైమ్ ఐ వాస్ థింకింగ్ ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎలా రాయాలి. మై మెయిన్ ఇంటెన్షన్ వాస్ అర్త్ నుంచి మూన్ క్యాల్కులేషన్ ఎలా చేయాలి. ఐ రోట్ ద లాజిక్. మై మెయిన్ ఇంటెన్షన్ వైల్ రైటింగ్ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్ వాస్ గ్రేటర్ నంబర్, గ్రేటర్ ఆఫ్ 3 నంబర్స్ ఎలా క్యాల్కులేట్ చేయాలి, అసలు ఏం లాజిక్ రాయాలి. I was not thinking about after I write the logic, when I execute the logic, how much time the system will take. I was not thinking at the initial stage. Initial stage, I was thinking what? ఒక వర్క్ ఇచ్చారు, ఆ వర్క్ ని అచీవ్ చేయాలంటే ఎలా లాజిక్ రాయాలి. నేను లాజిక్ రాశాను. రాసిన తర్వాత ఆఫ్టర్ రైటింగ్ ఐ ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్ ఇట్. ఆఫ్టర్ వైల్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటింగ్ ఐ రియలైజ్, అరే నేను రాసింది చాలా టైం తీసుకుంటుంది కదా. నౌ వాట్ విల్ యూ డూ? యూ విల్ ట్రై టు ఇంప్రూవ్ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్. ఎక్కడ టైం పడుతుంది? ఇక్కడ ఈ లైన్ లో టైం తీసుకుంటుందా, ఈ లైన్ లో ఇన్ దిస్ లైన్ సిస్టమ్ ఇస్ స్టాపింగ్, ఇక్కడ ఆగుతుందా, ఇక్కడ ఆగట్లేదు, ఇక్కడ ఆగింది కావచ్చు. ఎందుకు ఆగింది ఇక్కడ? ఇక్కడ ఏముందని రిజల్టే కదా. వై ద సిస్టమ్ ఇస్ టేకింగ్ సో మచ్ టైమ్ అట్ లైన్ నెంబర్ 50? ఏమైనా అర్థమైందా మీకు? ఏం అర్థం కాలేదు, నాకు కూడా ఏం అర్థం కాలేదు. వై సిస్టమ్ చూస్తే ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ అట్ లైన్ నెంబర్ 50 సిస్టమ్ ఇస్ వెయిటింగ్ ఫర్ 5 minutes. అక్కడ ఏముందని, ఇక్కడేమో ఆగట్లేదు, లైన్ నెంబర్ 46 లో ఆగట్లేదు, సిస్టమ్ ఇస్ నాట్ స్టాపింగ్. బట్ అట్ లైన్ నెంబర్ 54 ఆర్ లైన్ నెంబర్ 50 సిస్టమ్ ఇస్ వెయిటింగ్ ఫర్ 5 minutes. వన్ టైం ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేశాను, లైక్ టోటల్ 30 seconds ఇట్ టుక్. అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 30 seconds 5 seconds వాజ్ వేర్ ఈ లైన్. సెకండ్ టైం ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్, అగైన్ ఇట్ టుక్ 32 seconds, రైట్. దెన్ ఐ వెంట్ ఇన్సైడ్ అండ్ ఐ సీ వేర్ ఇట్స్ టేకింగ్ టైమ్. ఐ రియలైజ్ దట్ సిస్టమ్ ఇస్ టేకింగ్ టైమ్ 8 seconds ఇన్ లైన్ నెంబర్ 50. కెన్ ఐ ఇంప్రూవ్ లైన్ నెంబర్ 50? ఏం చేయాలి అక్కడ, ఏం ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ చేయాలి? I cannot do anything. Then what is the answer for you? Can you put this program in synchronous queue? No, because for 30 seconds, all the remaining jobs will be blocked. That is the place where I will come and I will decide what? I will execute this asynchronously. I will directly come and I will say at the rate, future. Then this has to be static. If this is static can take only static variable. అంటే ఇది కూడా static ఉండాలి. Static, 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 static. Control S. Over. Let me save. See, no error. Did I made any change in the programming? No. Did I change my logic? No. What did I just do? I am calling this method in the future. That means whenever this method will be called, system will not process in the synchronous queue. It will process where? Asynchronous queue. Let it take 30 seconds. No problem, because it is not blocking the other jobs. It is going to the ring road. In ring road, 5 roads are there. Out of 5 road, I am blocking how many road? Only 1 road. Inka 4 roads empty unnai. So I will not have any problem. Nobody will come and scold me. Nobody will scold me. If I run this job in a normal road, then people will call, "Arey, pichoda, arey, derdi mag, arey, benunda rara, itlunti pedda bandi తీసుకొస్తారా రా ఈ రోడ్ లా, అక్కడుందా బే." People will scold me. ఏంద్రా ఇంత పెద్ద ట్రక్ గల్లీలో తీసుకొచ్చినావు, దిమాక్ ఉందరా, దేడి దిమాక్. But the same big truck, if I put it in a ring road, anybody will scold me? Nobody will scold me. Somebody scold me, I will ulta scold him. అరే బేవకూఫ్గా, నా ఎన్నికలు ఎందుకున్నావురా, పక్కన రోడ్ కనవట్లేదా, కళ్ళు దొబ్బిందారా. See, reverse I can give, yes or no, right? Somebody comes and horn, ఓయ్ ఎందుకు హార్న్ కొడుతున్నావు, పక్క నుంచి వెళ్ళు, 4 రోడ్స్ ఖాళీగా ఉన్నాయి, నా వెనకలు ఎందుకురా, I can scold them because my vehicle is going in ring road. I will go slowly. Nobody is there to tell me. Let it be take 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 1 hour. కావాలంటే ఆగుతాను రింగ్ రోడ్ లో, పక్కడి నుంచి నాకు తిట్టేటోడు ఎవడు లేడు. నోబడి కెన్ స్కోల్డ్ మీ. నీకు అర్జెంట్ ఉంటే పక్కన 4 రోడ్డు ఖాళీగా ఉన్నాయి, పో, నువ్వు ఎంత స్పీడ్కి పోతావు పో. హౌ మచ్ స్పీడ్ యూ వాంట్ టు గో, దెర్ ఆర్ 4 lanes empty. I am just occupying one road. How is affecting you? That is called asynchronous services. See, whichever vehicle is taking time, I will put them in where? Asynchronous. This is the use. While writing the logic, I didn't thought about asynchronous, synchronous. Then logic rashano. While building the car, I didn't thought about the speed, whether it will go 100 km, 50 km, 10 km. After building the car, when I run the car, my car is not picking up the speed. My car is not picking up the speed. Then what will I do? Should I throw my car? No. Then I will put the car in the ring road. So that let my car go slow, no problem, but still I will reach my destination. I am not creating a disturbance to anyone. But the same car, if I put in a service road, it will reach the destination. But behind people will start scolding me. Same thing. The behind job will be waiting till the time my job is over. That is the reason I just came and made it future. See, I can make this method also as a future. Whenever I make it future, it has to be static. Static, and you have to put what? At the rate future. See, both the methods are now future. Logic alane undi. No error at all. Now you go ahead and process, no error. You'll get the answer. Absolutely, you'll get the answer. But only thing is that the processing is done where? So, Shah Rukh Khan will be processed through synchronous queue. As soon as the choice is greater, system will call the greater method. As soon as system calls the greater method, immediately system will realize, oh, this cannot be processed to synchronous queue. It has to be processed where? Asynchronous queue. So, this will be processed where? Asynchronous queue. This is the use. Ardhamautunda? Whichever method is taking more time in processing, we put them through a queue called as asynchronous queue. We use watch. We use at the rate feature. Why? Because this is not a data. Is it a data? Is it a data processing? No. It is what processing? Calculation. If it's a data, then I will use batch apex. Batch apex is meant only for data. Records, account record, contact record, 1,000 records. If you're processing, then you'll use what? Batch apex. But this is what? This is a calculation. This is a processing. I will not use batch apex. Are you processing in 2028? No, you're processing right now. I will not use schedule apex. I will use what? Future apex, because I want to immediately process. Anything you want to process in 2028, 29, 70, 100, not today. Anything other than today, if you want to process anything, then we use schedule apex. Anything you have to process right now, but not in the normal queue, but I want to process in a asynchronous queue, then we use what? Iterate feature. అర్థమవుతుందా? Brain opening and understanding when to use at the rate future. Yes, sir. Now I'll give you some example and you tell me. If you are a developer, what will you use? I want to calculate, I want to process total income tax collected from each and every citizen of India. At a citizen level, I want to calculate the tax, income tax, Rupam, how much salary he got, break down into income tax bracket up to 2,50,000, no tax, 2,50,000 to 5 lakh, 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 10%, 10 lakh to 15 lakh, 15%, about 20 lakh, 30%. So system will calculate my salary income tax, then it will come to you. It will calculate your tax, your tax, your tax, your tax. Like this, if there are 1 crore income tax payers are there, System will calculate individual income tax for individual 1 crore employee, and later it will sum all the amount and it's a total tax. Tell me, which services will you use? Synchronous or asynchronous?
Asynchronous.
Obviously asynchronous. Because by the whole story itself, you understood that it's not a small, it is a big processing. Because system has to process 1 crore individual income tax and later it has to sum. So by the time it processes 1 crore income tax, don't you think that system will take 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds to process minimum? Yes or no? Minimum 5 seconds it will take. Minimum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seconds. 1 crore income tax. For 5 seconds, do you want that somebody is sending an email? Hey, wait for 5 seconds. Do you want to keep them waiting for 5 seconds? No. I will not process this job through synchronous queue. I will process this job through asynchronous queue. Tell me, in asynchronous queue, which asynchronous services will you choose? Batch Apex, Schedule Apex, or Future Apex? Which one will you choose?
Batch epics.
Batch epics.
Batch Apex? Why Batch Apex? Huh?
I mean, huge amount of data, we want to go with batch epics.
Are you inserting anything? Are you deleting anything? Are you updating anything? Then why Batch Apex? Why Batch
Future epics.
Apex? Are you updating? Are you inserting 1 crore records in a database? Yes or no? No.
Yes, no,
Are you
no,
updating? Are you updating 1 crore records in the database? Yes or no? No. Are you
no.
deleting 1 crore income tax? No. Then why Batch Apex then? Why did you come to a conclusion Batch Apex? Here you are processing logic, mathematical calculation is going on. Mathematical calculations are not supported in Batch Apex. Then I will use what?
Schedule
Future
epics, I
Apex.
think. Future.
I will use Future Apex. Use your brain. There is a minute difference. That's exactly what you have to call it out in real time scenarios. Batch Apex is a wrong answer. There is no records. I'm not creating any record. Batch Apex is used for handling large number of records, deleting, updating. Whenever your crore records you are inserting, Batch Apex. You are deleting crore records, Batch Apex. You are updating crore records, Batch Apex. Neither I'm updating, neither I'm deleting, neither I'm inserting. I'm doing what? I'm doing processing. All processing doesn't come under Batch Apex. Can you do a processing by Kima? One processing is going on. ఆ ప్రాసెసింగ్ ని మీరు కట్ చేయొచ్చాం 4 పీసెస్ లో చేయలేరు. I want to add 10 numbers. I want to do some processing. Processing has to done in one go. Many processing cannot be done into pieces. Some processing require at a time processing. You cannot cut into pieces. Batch Apex, what it will do? It will cut into pieces. So if your processing is cut into pieces, you will get a weird answer towards the end. Later you can't join the pieces because batch apex is only dividing into batches. Work is not joining. It'll come, it'll process oka mukka. It'll come and it'll process oka mukka. That means the work of batch apex is to divide the job into mukkals. ఒక్కొక్క ముక్క ముక్క ప్రాసెస్ అవుతుంది. Finally after processing you cannot join them. అర్థమవుతుందా what I'm trying to say? It will cut the body into pieces. Then you can't join the body parts. That is the reason I will not use batch apex, because the batch apex has a cutter blade. Batch apex అనగానే ఒక పెద్ద కత్తి వస్తుంది, కచ్చ 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 కట్ చేస్తుంది. అది కట్ చేసి ఒక్కొక్క ముక్క ప్రాసెస్ చేస్తుంది. Do you really feel that for processing a fuel required from earth to moon, you can pass it through batch apex? No, because what will happen? The logic will be cut into mukkals. అది కరెక్ట్ ప్లేస్ లో కట్ కాలేదనుకో, then what will happen? You will get a weird answers. అర్థమవుతుందా what I'm saying? Yes or no? Right? Suppose I want to calculate 2 plus 3 into 8 divide by 7. Which one has to happen first? 2 plus 3, if I put a bracket, into 8. Now tell me the answer. Or divide by 2. Let's take an example. 2 plus 3
2
is
plus
5. 3. First, what has to be processed?
2 plus
2
3.
plus 3 has to be processed. Suppose your batch, you are passing this calculation through batch apex. Somebody might ask me, Rupam, calculations to batch apex la enduku manam pampiyakudadu? Why shouldn't we be processing calculations through batch apex? Here is the example. Batch apex work is what? To divide into mukka. Suppose your mukka has been like this. Your actual answer is what? 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 into 8. 5 8s are 40. 40 divided by 2. Answer is how much? 20. Now if you pass this logic in batch apex, immediately one katti will come. It will cut this processing. ఈ లాజిక్ ని అది కట్ చేస్తుంది. ఇది ఒక ముక్క, ఇది ఒక ముక్క. Now this is one batch, this is one batch. Right? 2 into 3, 2 plus 3, 5. Right? 8 divided by 4. Right? Same answer వస్తుందా? Right? Let's see. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 into 8, 40. 40 by 2, 20. Barabar? Now here, right? I'm doing this first. 8 divided by 2. Answer is
4.
4. 4 plus 3 plus 2,
5.
5. 5 fours are 20. Luckily, you got the same answer. My luck is good that I got the same answer. Right? My luck is good. But there might be difference that as per the Bodomas, first you have to do what? Whichever is in the inner bracket. Then you have to go by outer bracket. You cannot first divide like this. So if you process this logic through a batch apex, it will divide your logics into mukkals. And individual mukkals will be processed. You will get a weird answer. Luckily now we got a right answer, but maybe some calculations are there within bracket, bracket, within raised to the power. Suddenly you will say that the answer is different. Why? Because they were calculated separately. No, some logic you have to calculate in a proper manner. Manam Bodomas rule of calculate cheyali. We cannot just calculate addition, subtraction first, then by multiplication. No, we have to go by multiplication first, then division, then addition and subtraction. That is the Bodomas rule. So logics are never passed through batch apex. Only whenever you are deleting, inserting, they are passed through what? Batch apex. Getting it what I'm saying? I'm shouting so much so that you clearly understand the difference between batch apex, future apex, and schedule apex. As of today, 3 is done. Whenever there's a logic you want to process, answer is asynchronously future apex. Whenever there's a data insertion, deletion, answer is batch apex. Whenever you want to schedule something for the future, not today, you want to run it tomorrow or after tomorrow, answer is schedule apex. As simple as that. Clear? Batch apex implements interface. Schedule apex implements interface. Future apex doesn't implement anything. I'm not writing any implement keyword. There, implement database.batchable. Implement schedulable. But here, no implement keyword. Here, at the rate annotation. At the rate future is called annotation. Annotation. అర్థమవుతుందా? See, so easily I converted this program to future program. I can pick any program, file, open, anything, email to contact. Sending this email is taking too much time. Then what I will do? Public static, and I will put it what? Let's see whether I get error or not. No error. I didn't change my logic. Did I change my logic? No. I just came and made the method static and I put at the rate feature. Now send email to contact. There are 10 lakh contact. You're sending email to 10 lakh people. Obviously, it will take time. Obviously, it will take time. So I will not put this through a synchronous queue. I will pass it through which queue? Asynchronous queue. How can I pass through a synchronous queue? Just you see that I put a static keyword future. Now this method will be processed where? Asynchronously. This is the way we use. See, I made two future apex just now within a second. While writing this logic, I never thought that this will take 10 minutes, 20 seconds, right? How many 8787 records are there? There are 10 lakh contacts with 8787. 10 lakh. How many emails will go? 10 lakh email will go. Obviously, it will take 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 8 seconds. I don't want to stop the other jobs for 8 seconds just because of my email. I will just push it to which queue? Asynchronous queue. How to push it? Convert the method to static, put at the rate feature. See, over. Whenever now I execute this method, output has no difference. But it will not process through a service road. It will process through a ring road. Both the road will reach, at last will reach to the airport only. Destination la problem ledu. Output has no issues. The only thing is that how you reach the airport, how fast you reach there, how fast, how much you are not able to cause inconvenience to others. If this vehicle goes through a normal queue, it is inconvenience to others. But that vehicle now I'm passing through which queue? Asynchronous queue. Hence, there is no problem to others. This is what called real time. You have to decide which job has to go through synchronous, which job has to go through asynchronous. Completely developer decision. Completely developer's decision. Anybody has any questions?
Rupam, by default, it will process with like it will process with in synchronous, and if it is taking too much time, then it will switch to
No,
asynchronous.
it will not
And
switch. It will not switch. That is the whole story, madam. It will not
mhm.
switch. It is
Okay.
you who have to decide to switch.
Oh, okay, okay. Initially, we have to decide. Okay.
Yes. See, I decided now that this has to be processed through asynchronous. System will never switch. Any questions, anyone? Any questions, anyone?
Rupam, how do we come to know that which method taking too much time to the while
While testing, you
processing?
realize after you write the method, you don't test the method. While the method is testing, here, when I execute this, 1, 2, it'll be 2 seconds. Suppose that stays long there, 2, 3, 4, 5, still a window వెళ్ళలేదు. That means it's still processing. అర్థమైందా?
Yes, Rupam. But how come we know that which method we have to
Only God can give
Only
you
God
or
can
this
give you or
almond.
this almond.
Eat almond every
Okay.
day.
Almond every day.
Um,
Um,
walnut every day.
walnut every day.
That will give the brain to answer whether I should send it through synchronous or asynchronous. Nobody will tell you in real time. Nobody can give you that knowledge. That is only by experience and by this almond. Almond will tell you. So eat almond every day. Then your brain will tell, oh, this has to go asynchronously. Any questions? If you don't eat almond every day, no, all will synchronous only. Everything will be synchronous. Then the solution architect will come and will take a class. ఇట్లా బొమ్మ తీసుకుని ఎన్నికలేస్తే అప్పుడు గుర్తొస్తుంది. Right? Then you learn. Two ways of learning. Number one, by bamboo. రియల్ టైంలో ఇట్లా బంబు పడితే ఉండాలి. Every time your manager will scold you, will do this, then you will learn. Indra, don't you think it's taking so much time? Why are you passing to synchronous queue? You could have passed through asynchronous queue. What experience have you gained? ఇదేనా లాస్ట్ 10 years లో ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ చేసేది? లాస్ట్ 4 years experience అన్నావు. ఇదేనా 4 years experience? How are you sending? How come you are sending such a big program to a synchronous queue? Don't you think that it has to go to a synchronous queue? Oh, yeah. Right, sir. Now, 1 minute, sir. Give me 2 minutes. I will do it right now. That is one way of learning. It a tittul badi నేర్చుకో. Otherwise, you don't want tittul, then eat badam. Before tittul only, you will put a great future and you will say, two ways of learning. Choose your way. మీ వే మీరు చూస్ చేసుకోండి. Which one is the better way? Almond is the better way. Follow almond. Next. Any other question? Exactly this happens in the real time. Remember this. Your solution architect will point out so many things. How much good program you write, he will find the fault in that. Time will come when you will resign the job. నా వల్ల ఇంకా అవ్వట్లేదు. I will resign and go. So the best way is that almond. Almond and walnut. ఈ రెండు two things is the best way of handling things in real time. తింటారు ఎవరైనా? After telling so much also nobody is eating. I know that. Only రెండే every day in your diet. 2 or 3 almonds every day. Soak in water. One day before, soak in the water. Next day, eat it. It really helps. It makes your brain little bit more thinking capability increases. Right? That's it for today. We'll stop. Tomorrow, I will cover Qvel Apex, the last asynchronous services. Right? And then we will start your main topic called triggers. The father of, the guru of, right, of all topic is called triggers. మీరు ఫీ పే చేసింది ఒకటే టాపిక్ కోసం, ట్రిగర్స్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. Whatever the money you have paid to this institute, you have paid only for one topic, that is triggers. In interview, only one topic will rule, that is triggers. Complete question will be on triggers. That is what we will start day after tomorrow. 1 week, 7 to 10 days will be on triggers only. We will go and each and level down to the triggers. Asala enti the triggers. We will try to understand like a layman what is a trigger, how it works, right? So that tomorrow if any scenario comes, I should be able to do it. Right? Thank you guys. Have a nice and wonderful day. Bye bye guys. Take care.